It intersects. I actually wouldn't say it intersects, because intersects means they're going across one another. I would say they coalesce.
Okay.
They're actually running parallel. And the reason for that is the electric universe people are generally of the belief system that electrical forces dominate the nature of the solar system and the galaxies and such. And our view, or my view, is that electrical forces are so critical for everything that happens, not only in water, but in all of the applications of water. And one of them is weather. So our studies on weather is basically water, right? Clouds are made of water, and if you get rain, that's what we mean pretty much by weather. Either it rains or it doesn't rain, and rain comes in all kinds of exotic forms. But the feature of weather that we have brought forth is that weather is primarily electrical. You can take a little droplet of anything, and you can compute the terminal velocity. You know, you could take, for example, yourself, and you jump off the top of a building, and based on your size and shape and height and everything, you can compute, you'll start accelerating, and you reach a terminal velocity. So it's very easy to calculate the terminal velocity. And scientists have done that for raindrops. And the rain comes down, you know the size and the material, and you can compute the terminal velocity. But someone actually measured it with a high-speed camera. It was published in the journal Nature about 8 or 9 years ago. And it turns out that the speed exceeds that expectation by a factor, in some cases, by almost 10 times. So it means that the droplet is not just falling from the cloud, something is pulling the droplet down. And from our studies, we deduced that these are electrical forces because these droplets are all charged. And it's known that if you have a cloud and the cloud is above the Earth, what happens is that the charge in the cloud induces opposite charge on the Earth. And the two are pulled together because you have negative, positive, and they're pulled. And so this is so fundamental as to the basis why it rains and how it rains. It's fundamental to the centrality of weather. So, and another point underlying the importance of electrical forces in weather is a question that I don't know if you ever thought of, but how come the clouds are floating in the sky? A lot of people just look up and they see the cloud. They never really think about it. Well, the clouds are full of water. Someone computed the weight of that water in a cumulonimbus cloud. These are one of these, giant clouds. I can't remember the number, but he computed the weight of all that water that's in the cloud, and you can compute it in kilograms of weight, but then you don't really get a sense. He computed it in elephants, number of elephants, equivalent weight of elephants, and it turned out it was like, I think it was like 15 million elephants or something like that. And so if you have clouds that are full of effectively elephants, the question is, what keeps those elephants up in the clouds? And the answer is that it has to do with charge, just like the electric universe people are realizing. And sometimes, you find stacks of clouds. You'll have a low cloud and a medium cloud and a high cloud. It's really hard to understand, except if you understand that these clouds come from different directions, from different systems, and they may contain different amounts of charge. So it's perfectly understandable that the clouds will sit at different heights. So I think, getting back to your question, the phenomena of weather fits so well with the phenomena of what's going on in the solar system and what's going on in the universe. We talk about space weather, and we talk about local weather on Earth, and the two actually are quite parallel.